It's been a couple of months now, and no matter how you felt about it, throughout Operation Metro Surge, a lot of people came together in a lot of ways. And in response, the people of the Twin Cities are receiving the John F. Kennedy Profile and Courage Award. That made news a few weeks ago. Now we know who's going to be accepting that award on behalf of the Twin Cities. Here's Heidi.
The stories from Operation Metro Surge span from one edge of the state to the other. Stories of the community showing up for their neighbors and stories of the people impacted by ICE. In Columbia Heights, the detainment of 5-year-old Liam Ramos put a spotlight not only on his family, but the school he attends.
Why did you want to speak up?
Well, at first I did not want to speak up for fear of retaliation, for fear of putting any target on our community's back. I didn't want to ever harm any of our students or families, my staff.
But for Columbia Heights Public Schools Superintendent Zena Stenvik, then came January 20th, the day ICE detained Liam and his father.
When talking with my school board chair, Mary Granlin, we both agreed that that day, January 20th, that was the kind of the tipping point of it's no longer helping us to keep our mouths shut.
In total, ICE detained 7 kids within the district.
It just became imperative to speak up and tell the truth of what was actually happening.
We all had a role to play, and I think the beauty of what we saw in Minnesota was that people said, yep, I'm here, I'm committed, how do we protect each other? We're not going to wait for somebody to save us. We're going to figure it out together and find a way.
Carolina Ortiz is the Associate Executive Director of Communities Organizing Latino Power and Action, or COPAL. They created the Immigrant Defense Network back in 2024, a coalition of over 100 different organizations now at the forefront of helping those impacted by ICE.
Operation Metro Surge really uplifted what community members have been living through for years. Myself, growing up undocumented, it's always been, to a certain extent, fear of the unknown. I don't think people were really able to understand the reality of that and the issues within the systems that we have.
Now, Carolina and Superintendent Stenvik are 2 of the 4 community leaders who will be accepting the John F. Kennedy Profile and Courage Award on behalf of the people of the Twin Cities. They'll be joined by Natalie Arrett of Haven Watch and Imam Yusuf Abdullah, co-founder of the Somali American Leadership Table and executive director of the Islamic Association of North America.
My main goal is, as always, to continue to elevate the voice of children and focus on the well-being of children and families so that they can have bright futures.
Understand that we do have a lot of power, that we do have a lot of love, and that we do have a lot of courage. So I'm excited, I'm humbled, and I'm also really full of hope for what the future of Minnesota will be.
Both people I spoke to said while the surge is over, their work continues as ICE is still here and the impacts continue to be felt in the community. The 4 community leaders chosen will accept the award on behalf of the people of the Twin Cities during a ceremony in Boston at the end of May. Jana.
Thank you so much, Heidi.